Hey guys, this is Clayton with Everything Ponds, and today I wanted to make a quick video comparing the 4 different flavors of RPE liner we have. RPE is becoming a more and more popular material to use. It's lightweight, it's strong. If you compare it to EPDM rubber, which has been a popular material traditionally, it's quite a bit stronger, it's quite a bit lighter. So we've got 3 standard thicknesses of the RPE liner. We've got a 24, a 30, and a 40 mil. And the basic idea is as you go up in thickness, you will also go up in strength. Another byproduct of going up in thickness is the liner gets a little stiffer. So down here we have our 30 mil high UV liner. And basically what this liner is, it is our 24 mil with an additional 6 mil UV protective coating. So which of these 4 liners should you use? Well, if you're exposing it to the sun full time, meaning it's not being covered with soil or some kind of fill or even water, it's just being exposed directly to the sun full time, then you'll want to use the 30 mil high UV liner. And so that has the UV protective coating that's going to last 20 years or longer likely. So these liners are all warranted for 20 years. In order to get that warranty though, you have to cover them with something. So water or soil or some kind of fill. As long as they're being covered, it's covered by the 20-year warranty. So when it comes to building ponds, generally speaking, we are covering the liner with fill, soil, water, something like that, just so that you don't see the liner. Most people don't want to see the liner. So in that case, either of these 3 liners will work, 24, 30, or 40 mil. So our starting off point is usually the 30 mil. It's a good balance of strength and cost. It's a little bit stronger than the 24 mil and not quite as strong as the 40. So we'll move up to the 40 if somebody has an application that requires extra strength. The 30 mil is going to be, in general, just a little more robust than the 24. So that's usually our starting point, is the 30 mil. If someone has a lower budget, then we can drop down to the 24. Okay, so one of the most common questions we get is how stiff are these liners to work with, and how exactly does it change when you go from 24 to 30 up to 40? On one end of the spectrum you have EPDM rubber. A lot of people have worked with that. EPDM rubber is very easy to fold and bend and go around very complicated corners and structures. So you can still do that with the RPE. It just takes a little more effort. It's not floppy like EPDM. So on the other end of the spectrum, you have some other liners out there that are very stiff. So something like HTPE. So RPE, these liners, sort of sit somewhere in the middle. So let me open these and we can take a look exactly how stiff they are now. So these are all 5x5 pieces. So this is the 24 mil first. What I'll do is I'll just unfold all these and put them back to back. All right, so I'll start with the 24 mil. Yeah, as you can see, it's fairly bendable. Easily fold this around a lot of different things. So when you first get the liner, it'll be folded or rolled, and you'll see the creases in it like this. If you put it out in the sun, it will generally help work those out fairly quickly. So this is the 24 mil. As you can see, fairly easy to bend around things, no problem. So comparing it to the 30 mil, you can tell it's already a little stiffer. So here's the 24 mil. 30 mil, a little bit stiffer to work with. I mean, you can still easily bend it. And in general, this is going to be a little more work to get into a complicated structure. Like let's say you had a box and you had to line that box with liner. I would probably start with this 30 mil or the 30 mil high UV. It's going to be a little more work to fold in there, but in general it's usually worth it because it's just a little bit more robust than this. Not going to puncture it as easy, has a higher hydrostatic resistance. All right, so this is the 40 mil. And this it's a little stiffer again. So here's the Here's the 24 mil in comparison. Quite soft. Here's the 40. A little bit stiffer. All right, so that's the 3 different liners. You got the 24, the 30 right here, and here's the 40. And as you can see, you can bend all of them. I mean, really, you can stuff even this 40 mil liner into just about anything. But you're gonna have to work it a little more, but in the end, you can rest assured you get a stronger liner. Here is the 30 mil high UV liner. And this liner feels, unsurprisingly, quite similar to our regular 30 mil, except that it has a top and a bottom. So on this side, you can see it's shiny. This side it's matte. So this side would go up towards the sun. You know, the other thing about this 30 mil high UV liner is it's mainly marketed towards high UV applications. But what I've noticed lately is that it's actually great in situations even when you don't not necessarily need that high UV resistance. And the reason is, it's basically our regular 24 mil liner with this 6 mil coating on this side. It increases the durability, it makes it less permeable. And permeability is a measurement of how much water gets through a liner. Any liner will allow a certain amount through, even if it's just condensation or a small amount of water vapor. So this 30 mil high UV has a extremely low permeability rating. All right, so I hope that helped you guys sort of sort out the differences between the 4 liners, the 4 RPE liners. Just to do a quick recap, we usually start with the 30 mil, or we'll go to the high UV 30 mil. Those are sort of our starting points. Someone's more budget conscious, you can drop down to 24, or in a situation where maybe it's not quite as important, if you were to puncture the liner or lose tiny amounts of water. For extra strength applications, you can move up to the 40 mil. And as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to call us. We can walk you through your application. And the other nice thing about these RPE liners, we make them any size you want. So you need a 100 by 100, we can make that. You need a 53 by 68, no problem, we can make that. And free shipping on all the liners. Feel free to give us a call. Thanks.